Welcome back, guys. You're listening to 87.3 Live FM with your host, MEB. Now, so far on tonight's show, we have been discussing Channel 9's hit show, The Voice, and we have also touched upon Australia's music industry and heard the tracks of some of Australia's most successful artists that have come out of the once popular reality show, Australian Idol, such as Guy Sebastian, Jessica Mauboy, and Stan Walker. We have also taken many of your live calls into our studio, and a lot of you have been wondering who our exclusive interview was with earlier tonight. So I'm pleased and excited to tell you that the interview was with Gary Pinto from CDB. Now, many of you would remember CDB as Australia's best R&B boy group from the 90s. They topped charts and became a household name while families watched their performances on Hey Hey It's Saturday. Now, Gary Pinto was the lead singer of the band and one who has lately become a solo artist. In tonight's interview with Gary, we ask him about the local music industry and the influence of hit shows such as The Voice. And he also reveals to us about his upcoming work and a possible CDB reunion. So let's have a listen to what he had to say.
Gary, as an artist that has been around for a very long time and coming from one of Australia's most successful bands, that being CDB, how has the Australian music industry changed over the years in your view?
I think growing up in the 90s and sort of releasing an album in that time, it was very rock orientated. The industry faced a lot of changes, so we being an R&B group was difficult to break through in that time. R&B is a lot more accepted nowadays. I think we were kind of one of the earliest groups in Australia to be signed as an R&B group with past to present culture, and Peter Andre sort of led that movement of R&B back in those days. I guess the same sort of people have been in the record companies, but there seems to be new blood moving through them, and more of an acceptance of pop music and rhythm and blues.
I then asked Gary about The Voice and its influence in the Australian music industry, and this is what he had to say.
I've been watching the new TV show The Voice.
Yes.
It's been giving ordinary Australians a chance to become stars, each in their own right. And each week we see the show hitting, viewer records in the millions. So in saying this, how do you see The Voice and shows like Australia's Got Talent, which this year features Andrew De Silva as well, who was a member of CDB, with yourself. How do these shows influence the industry, and do you think that they will leave a positive long-term effect?
I think there's positives and negatives to all, to the aspect of what's happening in reality TV. It's bringing in a lot of, like you said, a lot of ordinary Australians that come out of their garage and out of their bedrooms to sort of have an opportunity to play on stage, on the big stages, which is remarkable. You found, Guy Sebastian, Stan Walker, Jessica Mauboy, Ricky Lee from Idol. They're four of the best singers Australia's seen, and that competition has brought out a lot of great voices that have established their careers from reality TV. On the other side of it, there's not much time that record companies now put into development of artists, when back in the days you could present a demo to a record company and they would then work an artist up to become somebody. They're letting those television shows now, in the 3-month period that they're on television, work those artists up at a fast track those artists to become a recording artist.
And then I asked him about the success of Australia's artists, including of Guy Sebastian.
And most of them do become successful. Like, for example, Guy Sebastian, who came out with from Australian Idol, and he's gone to keep that career going strong.
Yes, absolutely. But the thing is, with Guy, and with Ricky Lee, and with Jessica Mauboy and Stan, the four people I mentioned, they have a great work ethic, and they know from that springboard they use that to be able to, generate a career, and they don't stop working. They know and they realise that this entertainment industry is very fast, and it moves fast, and you have to move with the time. So each one of them is very diligent in their work ethic, in their songwriting, in their Guy doesn't stop. There's rarely, I can count on one hand the days off he has in a year. So
and you guys are fairly close as well, from my understanding. aren't you?
Yes, best friends. So he's a great man, but also a real inspiration as a musician.
And lastly, I asked Gary about his musical career and also about the future of CDB as a band. And this is what he had to say.
And the last thing I wanted to ask you is about you, Gary.
Yes.
Where is Gary today with his music? I mean, in your life and your career. And, a lot of people are thinking these days, will we ever see CDB come together again, even for one concert?
I guess so, brother. I mean, see, it depends on where Andrew is now. We, as a group, we have a deal with Universal still.
Yep.
So CDB did a record a couple of years back, and it's actually a really good record. Andrew produced it, and we did a few concerts, and it felt like we hadn't taken a break really from the '90s. And the shows were as tight as ever, and people felt like they were 15 again. And on the other side, I'm making an album now with Sony, so it's it's good.
So you're doing your own sort of solo thing at the moment.
Yeah, I just did a single with Little John, which is a rapper in the States, and
awesome.
We'll see if that comes out. I'm presenting it to Sony over the next couple of days, and I'm writing with Guy and writing with Daniel Merriweather and Jade McRae and a host of
stuff, mate.
Yeah, my brother Brad and Styles Fuego in a couple of weeks, so it'll be good. It's a really good time for me, so I feel really blessed to be here.
It's a good experience, isn't it? I mean, you come through all this way. I mean, and you guys started in the early '90s, and it just seems to get better and better for you, doesn't it?
It's a blessing. May God is very kind to us, and we have to be very grateful to God for His kindness to give us the desires of our hearts, and we are very blessed, and we have to be very grateful.
Thank you so much for your time, and for being on the show tonight with us, and I wish you all the best of success in everything you do, and we'll keep on following up with you and CDB, and hopefully we'll see more things coming out from you guys. So
thank you, my brother. I appreciate it, Emmanuel.
So there you have it, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the interview, but that's it for tonight. This is your host, Emmy B, and you've been listening to 87.3 Live FM. Until next time, have a great night.